Hey, all broke black man 94 here. Hopefully, you all can hear me. If not, we're just going to blame Andy and Johnny because they're the guests and they can, take the blame. But let's do this. The Star Wars The Last Jedi Trailer 1 has dropped, and I got to talk about this. And why not talk about this with Qui Gon Jonnie and Andy Wan Kenobi? So, introduce yourself, Johnny.
What's good, y'all? Salute. Me and BPM be doing the Star Wars for nearly over a year, back and forth. I'm Johnny Join Spain, son of Qui Gon Jinn and Qui Gon Jane. Oh yeah, let's get it. And Kylo Ren's a bitch.
The first of many times we're going to hear that, but we're all just going to ignore the damn trigger. What's good, Andy? Why don't you introduce yourself?
What up? I don't know. Y'all can call me Obi-Wan Kenobi, the true Jedi. Sorry, my phone's ringing.
Whoa, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, shit.
I mean, that's been my nickname my whole life, to be fair. BBM brought me on because Johnny's too weak of an opponent in these Star Wars battles, so he needs someone else.
Shut the fuck up. I've smashed everyone in front of me. We're just another victim.
Yeah, and you say, who's the toughest one? Like, what is it, Mace Windu? You're still going to be on that, Johnny? No,
I'm switching. Yeah, I'm switching.
But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so before we begin, shout out to everyone who's joining us in the live chat right now. And again, thanks for those going to be watching it in the future. We got Rich, we got Anna, we got Violent Messiah, we got Helena. Hey, welcome back to the stream live. Yep, let's see who else. Mr. Skillen, Phyllis the Lannister, and also Analysis of Thrones that everyone is going to be dropping later. Humble respects. So let's just get into this damn trailer, yo. Let me actually see if I can actually work this damn mini cam, though. If not, we just simply blame Johnny because he's the one who brought me into this madness. Let's see.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now. Let the past die. Kill it. If you have to. That's the only way to become what you were meant to be. We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on! This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
BBM, you had no sound, man. I agree. Completely agree with you.
Oh, this is madness. And like that one time, no one wanted to say in the damn live chat, it didn't have no sound.
It had sound. He's trolling.
Yo, again, this is oh my goodness, like really? Just really though. But again, let's just seriously acknowledge trailer was just showing us it's gonna be a Kylo Ren film though.
Well, it should be. Like, if it goes how Star Wars films go, that's how it should be. First one's about Rey. Second one's going to be about Kylo. Then third one's going to be about the Jedi or whatever happened. I think they're playing tricks on you, and though in that trailer, they're making you think that they're talking to somebody, and it's definitely not talking to them. At least in a couple of those instances.
There is one thing though. He is definitely blowing up that ship with his mother on it. That was not a camera.
Oh, we're gonna really talk about this again. It's camera tricks, mate. It's camera tricks.
That if you want. Yeah. Look, if you have a timeline for this BPM, I can leave that.
No, let's talk about this now. Like discussion now is like, do you think that Kylo's gonna kill his moms?
1,000,000%. Carrie Fisher died, and then like I don't mean to sound horrible. R.I.P. to the legend, but it's an easy way to not have her in the next movie as well. Then, like without any CGI and shit, and you make Kylo Ren look like an evil fucker. It's a win-win. Do you know what I'm saying? Like story-wise, and it did look like that in the trailer.
For me, it looks like he's hesitating, and he may not even pull the trigger.
I think he does it. I think he kills her, but that act pushes him towards the light side instead of like, you know, how Anakin he's like fucking up people when they killed his mom, right? That he's using anger he's expressing his anger in this way. So that's pulling him towards the dark side. But in a weird way, Kylo, in order to kill his parents, who he loves, he has to take away emotion because he's not like angry at them or anything. He's actually forcing himself more towards the light by removing emotion and killing his parents in a weird switch of things. That's what I believe, because the fact that he struggles with it shows that he has emotions towards them, and he's actually removing his emotions in order to do it, which is part of the Jedi code.
Yeah, hopefully he gained some acting skills along with that, because he removed them in the last movie.
Telling me he had no good acting skills in that first movie.
Joffrey, man.
You can't compare those two actors.
Look at clips of Joffrey playing a little shit, and then look at him. It's like, oh, you know who I'd pick.
He would make a good Kylo, though, but with the discussion at hand, I don't think he's even going to kill his mother. Or even if that's still even him even attacking his mother. As like Andy and me were bringing up, it's like the way how the camera is, and even this trailer, even like when it came to Force Awakens, we thought one thing and it's entirely something different. If anything, Kylo just basically just attacking some other resistance ships, and even if like his mother's there, it's like we'll even kill her or even capture her. Because you don't think that even like Snoke even like wants it for some reason?
Like what? Like what could he want that for? Some little throwaway plot? Like I can understand the capturing thing, because you're not going to see her in the last movie then, but that's cheap. You know what I mean? You want all these arcs finalized. You know what I'm saying? So the best way to do it, Kylo Ren, people are on the fence about him. You know, he's an emo little fucker. BBM thinks he's okay. So it's like, if you really want to push the evil, he has to kill his mother. That's the way, when I watched the trailer, that was my reaction to it, is, okay, so he kills Han Solo in the first movie, Leia in the second movie, and then in the third movie, he either redeems himself by sacrificing himself to save Rey or someone else, or Luke comes in and kills him. And that's the trilogy over.
But it was very easy for him to kill Han Solo. As you see, like, he really didn't just like his father to that point. But with his mother, it looks like it's something different. Like, he's more closer to her. But as you say, like, if he wants to go to a full dark side, it's like he kind of is like already there, though. He's done some shady shit in the first film already for him to be on the path of the dark side, and just killing his father solidified it.
Ion says killing Han Solo was a sign of his light side. You troll.
Yeah, like go back to the freaking chat about what their opinion on this. Let us know.
It could be a sign of the light side killing Han Solo in a non-troll way. Like, I don't know. His dad, like, I have the whole spy theory going on though. Like, or I think Kylo is a double agent, and
it could be.
There's things you have to do in order to prove yourself. You can't have like this high-powered resistance dude. Like, he's a symbol. Now you take down this symbol and you prove yourself, and that's your dad. I don't know. I just think in a non-troll way it could be proof of his light side, but I don't know that that's a fact.
There's only one person that thinks that death was the light side, and that's Harrison Ford himself. Like, I'm done with this, man.
He went himself dead since like during like the original trilogy, right? So it's like it was gonna be bound to happen eventually, though. And it's
must be hard being Harrison Ford.
So yeah, so let's like go back to his damn trailer and go like for like scene for scene here, and like try to guess or see like what's gonna happen. Speculate.
Oh, to be fair with the carry, why there's like a theory out right now that Snoke like absorbs force users, like he absorbs their force powers, so he might want Leia for that. But that's just like
that's a good show.
That's a good one. That's a good
show
right there. Because if it's just like you can see him now in his appearance, it's like process of dying here. So if he's just absorbing force users left and right and he's healing, that makes sense.
I like that, man. That's the first time I've heard that. I like that. Jesus, Andy, for a dude with a ginger beard, man, you're all right, man. That's good shit. Sorry, Andy, say something. I can't look at BBM's concentrated face, man. It makes me constipated. Did you see that shit? Looking into the dark side. Well, BBM loads that up. Can I ask you about the Porgs, man? What's going on with them? Because shout out to the people who left the comments on my reaction video. I was clueless to what they are. They're force-sensitive little toy sellers. That's what I think. They will sell toys. No little penguin-looking shit.
Yeah.
It's like Chewie. It's like apparently they're force-sensitive. What's going on there?
I don't know. I don't know. Toy sellers, like you said, it's Disney, so you gotta calculate that into it. Like, they're trying to sell some toys.
Who's not force sensitive in this series? Yeah, that's the question. We have Finn. No, Finn is going to be force sensitive. Leia is force sensitive. Poe's probably the only dude I can think of that's not force sensitive. And Chewie.
Right. It has to be like if Finn definitely is, because he used the lightsaber, right?
Yeah, I'm 2 seconds from muting you too. Like, what the fuck? I finally got the damn trailer up, and you're still going.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness! I swear.
When I found you, I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
So who do you guys think is this raw, untamed, unlimited power? It's like it's either Snoke, Anakin, Kylo. It could be even Rey.
I think
I'm 100% Rey. You go first, Andy.
I think he's talking about Luke. I think Luke's going to try to go help. They got to take out Snoke. Luke would know that as well, even if he's because I'm not of the belief that Snoke's really a Sith. He's like a dark Force user, but not necessarily a Sith. And in order to, of my opinion, that Luke wants to get rid of the Jedi Order and you have Force users, but not like have the code of the Jedi and stuff. So he, in order to do that, he still needs to get rid of like really powerful dark Force users, because you're gonna have to have the light side, like the extreme light versus the extreme dark. So Luke's gonna go try to help, and Snoke's gonna be saying he knew about him all along, like talking to him, because Luke's the untamed power. That's just a wild theory.
Interesting.
What you think, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm on board with it being Rey, because you see her in pain at some point in that, so that means she is caught by the other side of it. And I think that's like, the more he's shocking or doing whatever he's doing to her, he's sensing how strong she is when she's in agony. You know, kind of like an Anakin thing. Remember, when he's angry, his focus goes like next level shit, like over everyone else. So maybe she has something similar to that. So I think it's Rey.
Yeah, we have to agree, because I think like what Snoke was kind of like after what Kylo, since like he was like in the womb type deal. So it's like it had to been like, if they're gonna like show us like what happened in that Jedi temple, it's like maybe, well, not the temple, the Jedi Academy that Luke was doing. Maybe all this time like Snoke was like truly like after Rey, and like maybe that's the reason why she like went to, what's that planet, Jakku, whatever it was. Or not, I don't know, like can't freaking name planets now, but it would make sense about how it went down like that. What y'all think? And also in the comment section, who you guys think that Snoke is referring to?
I can understand that. Like, I could agree with that, because even in like the first movie, like The Force Awakens, not the first movie, but The Force Awakens, it's like they know about Rey already. Because it's like they're shocked to hear about her, but not in a shocked way like, what girl? A shocked way like, a girl. Like they already knew about a girl. So I think there's something to that, probably.
I think
exactly,
Rey,
to tie in there to what he said like before. Sorry for interrupting you, Johnny. But yeah, good pointing out, Andy. It's like when Kylo heard about it was like this girl and he was like upset. So it's like, was like Kylo like there, like, if he's going back to what you said, is he like a double agent? Was it all about like Rey from the beginning? He's like, whose story is it truly? If it's supposed to be Kylo's redemption arc, it's like, story, is it Rey's, is it both? And if so, don't make it some type of romance of Attack of the Clone type deal. Was that what you were saying, Johnny?
yeah, no, I agree with that outlook as well. I personally think that it's based around Rey, because the concept of having a female lead is the latest trend nowadays. So with a Star Wars movie coming out, I think that's what they're aiming for. Like, she is going to be, it's her story and everybody else is just a part of it, if that makes sense. I think Finn is going to be relegated to the Han Solo kind of smuggler type role, unless he is a Jedi. And then I don't know what they'll do with him then. Because he has picked up a lightsaber, but then in the chat there, Skills made a good point. Han Solo picked up a lightsaber before. Remember, to cut his way out and to cut the tauntaun before on Hot. So you could just go with that. It could be just a throwaway just to have him hold a lightsaber because it looks cool. I don't know, but I personally go with Rey. And Phil, just before the comment disappears, Phil made a point. If BBM and Andy as well, if we can go to use on it, it's the concept of destroying all of the power instead of trying to guide one in a good direction. Like, he thinks that's why Luke wants to end the Jedi. Well, it's a question. He's saying that as a question.
Yeah, let's talk about that period. It's like it's called The Last Jedi. Even like the what was it, the teaser trailer even mentions that. It's like the time of the Jedi is over. It's like it's time for the Gray Jedi or something. You know, it's no more dark side, no more light side. It has to be just the Force. And hopefully, just like what later on in the trailer, we hear Luke says it's like it's not what you think or anticipate, whatever. So it's like, what's gonna go down in the end of this?
Toys, lots and lots of toys.
Hey, when we get to that part though, like it looks like that is from the similar, like the same scene as when he's standing across from Rey, like later in the trailer. I think that's his like Yoda moment with Rey, like you can't go, like don't go, and she's like I gotta go.
True. But to finish up about this scene, you guys want to go to the next? Because like everyone is saying, like it's either Rey or it's a Porg that Snoke is talking to. I'm telling you, it's like that Porg. It's like product placement.
That Porg is absolute money. I have a theory though, yeah? Maybe Snoke is talking to Azor Ahai and Obi-Wan is really Azor Ahai and he is going to be reborn, and Ewan McGregor, he's not in there like for for to remake his movie. He's actually there as Snoke's apprentice. And if anybody believes that garbage I'm saying, well then don't even bother commenting because I'm speaking absolute shite.
Funny, like I was in like Phil's live chat the other day when he was like reacting to this, and someone was like, if you slow down the audio, it sounds like Snoke was saying Obi-Wan. So it's like, I don't know, Johnny. either that was you was trolling in a different account or what? I don't know.
No way. I thought Snoke said roar in the trailer, for God's sake.
Oh yeah, so scene, it's bloody minute.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Man, you went through. Jeez. The echo. All right, you went through so much of it.
I know, right? That time I should have like paused it before Luke gave that speech. But you know what? It's like 2 scenes, so it's not like I went through like 3. So who cares? So the first part we should talk about like race trading.
Yeah, because I got my conspiracy theories out here that she's like. She looks too angry while she's like swinging that saber, so it's like she's progressing towards Juyo or Vapad. Probably not Vapad. She's gonna go Juyo. I don't know how she would learn it, but maybe she does it naturally, because that would make sense why she would be able to beat Kylo if she can do that naturally. And she's prone to God, I can't even think of the word. Like she's destined to go that direction, I guess. So she can do it naturally. So I think that I
agree with you with the naturally thing. It's either that or like again, it's like if she was there at that Jedi Academy, and then when they were bringing her to that planet, did they just like mind wipe her? And all this is just based on like muscle memory. It's either that again, it's just like naturally, like she was chosen to do this. Either way, it's like it shows us that when she was even like meditating and it's just all this greatness, it's like, why her? Like she was like able to do all of this stuff and so quickly in the beginning of her training. It should be like years later or so.
Yeah,
What do you think, Johnny?
I'm just at the point of accepting anything Rey does. Like in the Force movie, she just went, but in 10 minutes, she mastered 3 movies. Do you know what I'm saying? So if she has Vapad and Juyo, you know what I mean? It's like, she's probably the last fucking Avatar, the Airbender, everything. She's Elle from Death Note. If she wants it, she can get that within 10 minutes. So I'm down with it, you know, which leads to Snoke talking to her. Like, that's what I think. And yeah, I'll go on the Luke shit next, man, whenever.
Oh, for anybody that doesn't know, like, Juyo is like the 7th style of lightsaber fighting, I believe. 7, right?
The Jedis use it most, don't they? Like, it's mostly used by Jedis.
Yeah, but it got outlawed because so many people that learned it went to the dark side because it, like, relied on emotion, which is sort of, well, it's the opposite of what Jedi are supposed to do anyway. And then what's his name? God dang, what's his name again? Fuck, man. Well, Vapad uses the person you're fighting's emotion instead of, God, I can't even remember.
Mace Windu, damn it.
God damn, we just talked about this like 20 minutes ago.
I tried to get you in the chat.
You can see Johnny being enraged, like, how can he not remember my favorite Jedi?
I know who it is. I just can't remember the names. I can't remember names anywhere. We just said it 20 minutes ago. The same thing happened 20 minutes ago before we started the stream. I was like, what's his name? What's his name? Yeah. Well, okay. So he developed, like, in a way to use whoever you're fighting's emotions against them. So that's what we're talking about. Juyo and Vapad.
Mace Windu was a grey Jedi to begin with, like, because he was kind of questionable, but he was so honourable to the code. It was like, well, okay. Like, the Jedi pick and choose what they let slide, isn't it? It's like, okay, well, Mace Windu is a boss, and it's Samuel L. Jackson. We let him away with it, even though they should not let any Jedi away with that shit.
Exactly. How else would we get that purple lightsaber? Then, like, what? Books later, oh yeah, we had purple lightsabers and stuff. We were just saving it for a different time.
Oh,
much.
What Johnny said, I forgot. Yeah, Rey is so powerful. She's like right under Starkiller.
Shut the fuck up.
He just worked his way. Oh my goodness. He was going to work her way into it.
Does not exist. Overhyped PS3 selling motherfucker. That should be his Jedi name.
So yeah, now we're gonna move into like Luke saying he's seen something like this before and it got him scared. So it's like, who is this person? We saw this. My money, it's Kylo Ren, hands down. But then here's Johnny gonna come in over and says it can't be punk ass Kylo Ren. Has to be someone else. So who is this someone, Johnny?
No problem with the raw untapped. Like, what's the question that had Kylo Ren? You swerved me on Kylo there. Is it the raw untapped power, or is it the Luke speech about the dark shit?
Yeah, it's the Luke speech. It has to be tied into Kylo because it's obvious. Kylo did something back in his training, got freaking Luke scared. He just probably just like tossed it to the side and be like, let me just ignore this, not pay attention to it, and it just backfired on him. And now he probably sees it with Rey, and he's like, I'm scared again.
Well, we had this conversation a few days ago. To answer you honestly, I think, yeah, that was Luke in remorse. You even see, you'll see it in a minute. It's literally just in a second of that clip is when Luke is like with the hood over him and the fire. I think that's a flashback of when he was training him. And whatever way, because Kylo Ren is Han and Leia's kid, I think that affected Luke emotionally. So it wasn't just the fact the student turned. I think that it's an emotionally affecting him. So Luke was like, if I'm being emotional here, I'm not going to be good for anybody. So that's why he disappeared, through guilt, shame, a weird honor. And that's why he's just self-blaming himself in denial and guilt, even though I don't think it was his fault. Kylo Ren, he was a salty little emo dickhead listening to Linkin Park, thinking he's become so numb. It wasn't Luke's fault. He doesn't pick what CDs the kid listens to. And then Kylo Ren fucked off and started playing with fire, and what was it, like 15 years later, here we are. Luke feels bad about it, and he doesn't want to make the same mistake twice with Rey. That's my outlook.
That would make sense. Like, obviously, it goes back to, it's just like another play on what we've already seen, because how Yoda was with Luke because of Luke's dad, what happened. It would make sense that they would go ahead and kind of retread that and basically make it so the universe is cyclical, like the things just keep happening over and over and again in different ways. But I tend to believe that's pretty straightforward. But what if he's talking about Snoke there, and the power that he felt before would have been like, what's his name, the Emperor? Like, so
Palpatine.
Yeah. So, and that's just like a wild theory. I don't actually believe it, but I think it's possible that he's talking to a Force ghost about Snoke and Palpatine being the superpower that he felt before. Just a theory. Just a thought. But I tend to agree that he's talking about Rey.
I just hope that Snoke is not let down and they're just like gassing him up, and he just be like this non-Force user or anything. Just this man who's just like want to just wipe out whole lines of the Skywalkers and just Jedi period. I'll be a bit disappointed, even though it'll be kind of new. But at the same time, it's like they're just like gassing him up to be like this grand guy. Because even when we see him in The Force Awakens, he's supposed to be like this huge giant. Now we're seeing him in this trailer. He's just like a normal size individual. No.
I'm gonna say the name BBM. Sorry, just to go in. I'm gonna say the name. Did y'all notice what BBM was saying there? He avoided saying one name. It's like maybe Snoke is Darth Plagueis, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who trained Palpatine. And Palpatine, it makes sense though. Like I get why you don't want the BBM, but I'm saying it makes so much sense. He is Plagueis, not Mace, not everybody. He's Plagueis because do you remember when Palpatine was telling Anakin about his master could, like, you know, envelop himself to be immortal and bring people back? Sidious electrocuted him when he slept. It makes sense that if it's Plagueis, then obviously if he had that ability, that's why he didn't die, because Palpatine's speech to Anakin, it's like he was the one who could do that all along. And it's a tie into the other movies. Do you know what I'm saying?
So true, but at the same time, I kind of want it to be just a completely new character now. It's like, even if they do Plagueis, you might also just do Darth Bane, because it's like, is Darth Bane truly dead? You know, it goes back.
Have Revan on a holocron going, I'm back, bitches. If Darth Bane is back, I'm back, motherfucker. Oh yeah, I'd do anything for Revan on the big screen. Anything.
Nah, we just need an old Knights of the Republic series. Get Revan on it. It makes money. Just don't make a Starkiller series. We don't need it.
Yeah, we don't. He already had 2 series where he's so fucking powerful.
Yeah, and he bombed. He's so
really?
I mean, I think that's what
right,
that was the reference in The Force Awakens. Starkiller base can destroy multiple planets, so much more powerful than the Death Star, because Starkiller is so much more powerful than all the Jedi.
So, Andy, tell me now, where is Starkiller base now?
I mean, it got destroyed just like Starkiller did.
Exactly, it's destroyed. It's done. It's that powerful. It couldn't even stay around for even more than one. Damn. They're probably gonna bring it back the last film, some type of like probably bigger or better. It's gonna be another one. It's gonna be another type of Death Star. Period. I can bet money on that.
Yeah. Plot twist. Yeah, Snoke was actually talking about Starkiller because he was a massive fan of the games. He was actually giving his review on the games there, and he clipped it and threw it in the trailer.
Oh, but on that old clip, or the clip.
Yeah, let's go to the next scene here. Unless
we didn't talk about Luke's hand coming out of that.
We're still talking about this clip?
Yeah, no. Well, you went for like 20 seconds. That was a long time for a trailer.
Oh, still hating on me with those two damn scenes though. But yeah, you want to talk about these hands, these amazing hands. So go.
No, we see like Luke's hand coming out of the fire. Like, is that the old Jedi temple, and he's just trying to save that book?
Well, it could be two things though. It's like it's either that Jedi Academy that he was trained that got destroyed, or it can be later on in the film where Kylo or people find out this planet that's Luke on, and then it's can start like destroying everything. That's my 2 cents of it. It can be either or, but they did say that they're going to explain like what happened in the past, like how did like Kylo like betray Luke. Well, I hope that they do it. If not,
sorry, my quick 2 cents on this is very quick. It's Andy wants to talk about Luke's hand. Well, Andy, look, I have a hand for you. Yeah, there's a gesture. Yeah, play that shit, BBM. Yeah. There's
Wait, so you want to do that to me?
No.
This got really uncomfortable really quick.
No,
you said I got a hand for you. You said I got a hand for you.
Yeah, I was swinging me.
It makes sense. It makes sense. He's Johnny.
Oh,
Johnny
you played the clip. You played the clip. You just shut up and play. Fuck y'all. Go fuck yourselves. Go force yourself, motherfucker.
All right, so. I feel like we already talked about this before, since like after like in the beginning. So you want to talk more about this and how she's probably not going to end up killing his moms or what? So I think we have the right to like go to the next scene.
Wait,
but if I went to the next scene, I'm going to hear something from either you, Johnny, or Andy be like, "Oh, bro, you're going to do it again." So I just want to stop and just acknowledge it.
That's on Andy, man. That's on Andy. But let's play charades. What do you think happens in that scene? Leia, yeah. Just saying. And wait, the real question I have about that scene, for real, is that first of all, the ship looks cool. The CGI looks badass, man. That whole scene where he's just going in between the spaceship, awesome. And then the main part about that scene, like Leia is secondary to this. But like, what the fuck happened to Kylo Ren's face? Did he get a blue tip silver pen or something? I'm just going to doodle on my scar until the next movie comes out. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Doodling silver pen on his face. Emo little fucker.
Janice just hated Johnny. So,
and
you want to say anything else added?
That was his scar? Like, I don't remember. Did he have a scar in The Force Awakens?
Yeah, at the end where Rey slashed his face.
Okay, so not a scar. Yeah, that's what he had an open wound. That's that new future technology where he's, I don't know. For some, you can watch it heal, and in a couple of scenes, you can tell like it's later in the movie because it'll be like smaller and shit, so it's healing. So if you look at it,
quick, Rey, hit me in the face so I look like a cool bad guy. A cool bad guy needs a scar on his left eye, preferably. Hit me here.
But the real question, or not question, my real thing with that is like Darth Vader was this overpowering evil, this faceless entity, right? Like that's what made him this, I don't know, this terrible dude. You don't even know, you don't even see him do that much bad stuff, but you know, like there's something about him, right? You never see his face. He's inhuman. Isn't it weird that we keep seeing Kylo's face though? Like, is that like every time he doesn't have his mask on, he's like weakened in a way, like he doesn't have that bravado without his mask on. Maybe that's like he can't fully commit to the bit.
Explaining to him destroying the mask in the trailer. So he's not gonna go full duck. Either that, or he's just gonna just hang up about him just idolizing Darth Vader and does his own thing. Because that's where he was like the main reason why he had a helmet, right? Just like idolizing Anakin, but now he's end up smashing it. So now he's gonna do his own thing, be his own person.
Or maybe
the question is, would that be before or after he kidnaps his mom stuff? Because like when he's like firing it at his like those ships, he didn't have the mask.
He's
so
not
it's like
killing, he's not
his
capturing his
redemption.
mom. He's killing her. He's killing her, man.
So yeah, last thoughts on the scene.
Oh, sorry for interrupting there, BBM man. My bad. I think he probably wears the mask because he has an MP3 in there with the Linkin Park albums or something, so he can chill out to that while he's killing shit. Maybe, I don't know. And it's not as cool as Vader's mask anyway. So he has a cool lightsaber though. I'll give him that. I thought that scene was awesome, BBM.
Oh, you're strolling there. Cool lightsaber. How many times you bring up that lightsaber and you're always strolling how that lightsaber sucks.
Yeah, just around you. Realistically, I enjoyed that scene. He shouldn't have shown us it. I think they should not have shown that. They've creamed their load too early in that trailer by showing us that.
To be fair, on the regards of the lightsaber, yeah, I don't like the things coming off the side, but I do like the idea that they have to like corrupt lightsabers and stuff, and that's why his is all like sparking and shit. I like that idea. I think it's a cooler story than like, I don't know what it could have been, I guess. I think the corrupting the stone is better than like synthetic stones. You know what I mean? That story that you get it. And that would also like explain, I mean, Finn, since you have to use the Force to turn on the lightsaber, that means Finn can control the Force. That means Han Solo can, at least some. But I don't know. I like the idea of it corrupting because then people can have cool ass lightsabers like Kylo's, all sparking and shit.
I agree.
This is done.
But I have heard somebody say one last thing about the lightsaber. That Snoke is like this ancient entity, and that's why Kylo's lightsaber looks all stupid like that. Because that's how the lightsabers used to be.
What, all stupid like that?
Yeah, with the stuff coming out the side. My whole problem with that is that, I mean, if someone's lightsaber traveled down your lightsaber, it would cut off the edge of that. So you lose that side. It's not even helpful. It's got like this thick a piece of the fucking lightsaber handle sticking out, so it would chop it off. It'd be useless. I'm nitpicking.
Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. Next thing you know, we're going to be seeing, Kyle's lightsaber right behind Andy in the next video.
Yeah, one of those expensive $200 ones too.
Be a whole stream of Andy playing The Witcher with just a red light whooshing around the room or something in blackness.
All right, so let's go to the next name.
We are the spark that'll light the fire that'll burn the First Order down. Come on!
So is that Poe driving the Falcon? That's my question, because whoever's flying it has some skills.
It's either Poe or Finn. Like Finn was able to pilot the Millennium Falcon last movie. Or was that just Rey that was doing most of the driving? Don't recall.
It was Rey. Rey was driving that. That's why.
Okay, then I didn't like Poe then. Particularly like both Poe and like Finn, because they did have like that bromance in the first film.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, is Chewbacca gonna die now too? And then Poe and Finn are gonna be the new Han and Chewbacca, because that was kind of how the relationship worked in the earlier movies. Just like that little when they were escaping, Finn was gunning while Poe was flying, just like Chewbacca and shit, and Han Solo.
Agree. And then we have the Porg. That's right there. So it's going to be like, what, since like Han's not there, it's going to be the Porg and Chewbacca doing their thing. But we do see like they're probably going to give Captain Phasma more of an actual storyline, because she's going to go 1-1 with Finn. So maybe they didn't just use, the actress, who plays Brianna Toth there to just attract Game of Thrones people to actually go watch this damn film. So I remember that was like one of the things that people hated, is like they brought her in. She really said anything. She was just like there. She had her like cool, stormtrooper suit, but that was about it.
She was a little bitch in that movie. Are you kidding me? She snitched. She didn't fight anybody as soon as she was questioned. She was like, yeah, I'll give up. I'll tell you everything you need to know. So the plot can advance real quick. It's like, what? You just built that up. If you're quoting her as Brienne of Tarth, and I hope they have the Hound on board the Millennium Falcon so he can eat every fucking porg in this space. You know what I'm saying? That'd be helpful, but not PG rated. I think it would be better if it was Poe that was flying that, though. I'd go with what Andy was saying at the start of that, because me and BBM was talking about that. Poe was originally wrote in the script to die. When he just came back at the end there, that's just because they liked the actor. He actually died being tortured. But they brought him back, and if you really want to bring in your smuggler cool swag, dude, Poe is your best option, seeing as you're keeping him now. And on the flip side, if you want to show how powerful Rey is, every Master Jedi is a great pilot. So it's like, I would give it to Poe. I hope it's Poe and not Rey, because she already has everything. You know what I mean? She has all the ingredients like this. So fuck off. Give it to Poe, man.
Yeah, people either want Chewie dead, people just not liking Captain Phasma because, Brienne of Toth killed Stannis. So I know what's the true hate there, Johnny. She killed TV show Stannis. Last hope. A Brad Pitt damn show.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, mate. I'm not done with this. How about drink a cup and shut the fuck up? Motherfucking menace.
Everybody watched The Force Awakens assuming that Phasma is a good guy. It makes it kind of interesting. She doesn't actually ever like punish Finn. Like, she even kind of warns him, like, once we take down these shields, people are gonna come in and they're gonna find you. And she tells him he's making a mistake, and I don't know. Watch it assuming that she's a good guy. It makes it interesting.
I think you're the only one who sees that Captain Phasma is good.
I'm not saying she's necessarily is. I'm saying watch the movie assuming that she is, and it's a bit different.
Nah, because even then it's like, why would you ask like, Kylo, what should we do with the rest of the people? And he was like, shoot them down. And she even hesitated. She was like, all right, shoot them down. Then she like, I don't know. It's like, I can't truly like watch that movie and say that she appeared to be good, or even like place her as good. That's just me,
Y'all are reaching, man. She's a poor man's General Grievous villain. Do you know what I mean? Y'all are reaching. And how did General Grievous get killed again? But one of the best Jedis of all time, motherfucker. So yeah, who's going to be around?
Anyone could have killed Grievous. He just kept like escaping every single time.
Obi-Wan got him. Obi-Wan got him.
It was hubris that one last time. That's all I'm saying. Just like Darth Maul. He was hubris then. But could like Obi-Wan like defeat Count Dooku there? Yeah, he keep on getting his ass whooped in those duels. I'm just saying. And
then Obi-Wan beat Anakin. Am I right? Am I wrong? Because he had the what? The higher ground?
Yeah, again, because it was hubris. It was hubris. Anakin was full of himself, man. He knew he shouldn't have done that. But he thought, oh, you underestimated my power. Hubris.
Whatever, man.
But again,
have
since
a
you're not
good
there, nope. And either you, it's your Baratheon stag.
They're big, let me tell you. I'm not going down this alley, BBM. Just talk about Obi-Wan or something.
All this talking, I freaking forgot the damn scene. Oh, yeah. But last thoughts on Finn storyline in that scene. Or I should say those scene cuts. Guess not. Should I
going to be a Jedi.
Enough said.
It's going to be a Jedi. Yeah. Well, not a Jedi, but you know, a Padawan or something. Like he'll be probably trained by Rey by the end of the third movie or some shit like that.
Phil H says in the live chat, you guys think that she's gonna maybe she was trying to get Finn to turn back to the First Order?
Was he that amazing as a stormtrooper? Because he would have been a general if he was. He was just a normal stormtrooper.
Oh, he's kind of amazing. They underestimated him because he's kind of like doing some good things on the Resistance side, is he not?
He used the lightsaber. I mean, that's enough for me.
That wasn't a lightsaber, though. That's not a lightsaber. Anyone can use a lightsaber.
No, anybody can use it.
Anyone can pick up a lightsaber. Andy.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I would like to test this theory. BBM, we put money, we buy you one of them lightsabers, go out to a tree and just start swinging it, and we just send the video to Andy, yeah?
Exactly.
To Andy.
I can do it.
Go. Like, we can actually prove it.
Well, Red Witch is like, yep, do it. So, Johnny, get the lightsaber, send it over to the U.S. I'll videotape it, and we just send it to Andy. We prove it that Finn isn't that chosen. He is not that special.
As ridiculous as that sounds, to spite Andy, like that's the part that makes it worth it for me.
To what Johnny's been saying, like this whole stream, how Rey is so good at everything. How about that time she flipped over the Millennium Falcon because fucking Finn couldn't hit anything, so she lined it up backwards.
That's a movie over. It's like Kylo Ren has to do something amazing in this movie. It's all Rey. It's like I forgot all about that, Andy. It's ridiculous.
And it's supposed to be like the trilogy here with Poe and Finn and Rey, but it's really just Rey, ain't it? Just make sure Kylo does something. But yeah, but if, like you said earlier, but if it's just like if Poe was like destined to die, then maybe it was like really Kylo was part of the damn the freaking Trinity that they were bound to create by the end.
Could be, man. Could be.
Yeah, unless you anyone got any last thing to say, about to go to the next few clips.
This is not going to go the way you think. Fulfill your destiny.
So yeah, I know earlier we were talking about how Andy was bringing up, you want to talk about more about how Luke was like, this is not going to go down this way. You wanted to add on to that?
Yeah, because the scene right after that, you can see that it's in the rain and stuff. And you can see right after that I believe it's Rey across from him, and it's raining, and the lighting's very similar. So I think he's talking to her, and she's having like his moment of like, I gotta go help them, and he's like, no, you can't, and it's just gonna happen the same way as before. But it could be Kylo, so I don't know.
So true. Either Kylo there, or he's simply just talking to Rey about, yeah, we have to like go leave this planet now and actually go fight the damn First Order. And he's like, it's not going to end that way. We're probably not going to win, or something of that magnitude. I don't know. Either that or her again. Like probably, I expect like probably during the first half is going to be her trying to convince Luke to train her, and then he's going to be constantly, no, it's not going to end the way you expect it to be. Me train you, and then we're going to go off and like defeat the First Order, or something of that magnitude. But yeah, attention to like the live chat, how everyone is talking about the ice dogs and saying how they just ripped off Game of Thrones. It's obvious that Ghost did not make it in season 7, so we could make it in The Last Jedi. He's getting more money, so I don't even expect him for season 8.
Ghost only has to show up for 2 seconds in that movie, and he'd still have more screen time than season 7 and be better than Kylo Ren. So it would be smart. Like, it would be a smart move investment-wise. I agree with that. Can we all have a word that way, like Rey getting tortured there? Like, when they were creating it, were you like, okay, you had everything for Rey wrote down to be, you know, pads and pads of paper, what she is, and then for the others, it was just like wrote on a throwaway page on a napkin and marker or something. So can we add that to the list that Rey in that scene is becoming a Super Saiyan because they forgot to put that, like, give that gift to her? So that's what that scene is.
She didn't have the right color hair for it.
They couldn't spoil it off. They couldn't spoil it. She was about to go into it. They had to cut it off.
But yeah, they think that it's like what Annie like brought up like early in the stream is like it's either Snoke turning Rey to the dark side, or just simply just stealing the Force, so he can gain more strength or heal from, since he does appear like he is like dying. So either way, that's like two of the things I'm just guessing from that alone. But just like how Johnny said to me like 2 days ago, it's like obviously she gets captured, she may escape. Who knows? If not, game over for Rey.
Well, in the last movie, she got captured and then gained all the Padawan abilities. She was a Jedi by the end of that scene, so maybe she'll be a Master Yoda by the end of this capture scene. Like, there's only one way to go for Rey, and it's not down.
That's what I was gonna say. If Luke would have learned about the Jedi from the Force Ghosts, right? So he would know that you have to train Jedi from like being from babies on. So Kylo has been a Jedi for 20 years, 20-something years. And Rey has been doing it for like a day, and she beat him. So now if she gets trained by Luke, then she could probably go up against Snoke like without a lightsaber and take him out.
It's funny and probably true.
About to say something, then I forgot it. Now I returned it. But at one point, I'm saying to myself, I hope this isn't like another rehash of Empire. But it's just like again, Empire. How it was like Luke was supposed to be trading with Yoda, and then he just like drops everything and leave. If hopefully it doesn't happen with Rey, same thing where she just drops everything, leaves, gets defeated. Like, it's either going to be Rey or Kylo's going to get their hand or arm chopped off. Someone has to. Maybe Finn. I don't know. But even though like Finn got his like was it spine or whatever, like freaking slash or his back slash, but it's like someone has to lose an arm or limb this film.
And then the father plot twist so Rey can yell, no! And then jump out a vent and probably fly. She'll probably carry the Millennium Falcon to safety flying or some shit. I don't know.
At the very end, we're going to get Finn telling Poe, I love you. And Poe's going to say, I know. And then it's going to end like... That's how the movie's going to
make sense. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So
Phil has, sorry, BBM. Phil has a really good question just up there in the chat. He's saying, what if Rey was floating because Snoke had her in his grasp and he's torturing her, and maybe Snoke is torturing her to try and find out where Luke is?
So true. It's like, well, in this film, will they find out like where Luke and Rey is like located? Because in The Force Awakens, they said like they basically had half of the map. So just imagine if like just Rey, not Rey, excuse me, Kylo just senses Rey, or it's just simply just Rey's gonna like just end up just leaving. So either way, I just expect that if Rey gets captured, it's gonna make Luke come out of hiding and then just start dominating in the damn film. But the question is like, will he live or die?
He will die. I think that's an important staple in Star Wars. That's that's part of the hero's journey. Is like they lose their master. They don't have their teacher in there anymore, and they have to venture out on their own. So even that's just like an important part of the story, and that you lose your master, so that you have to learn on your own. And Star Wars generally follows the hero's journey. So even throughout Anakin, with Anakin, it's still for the most part, the hero's journey. For anybody who doesn't know, like it's all the best stories are like Harry Potter follows the hero's journey exactly. The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, like all those. Someone came up with it here. Kind of.
Always bring Stannis in here. Always. But Sam brought up a good question, though. How could like Rey be defeated here? I think she's like talking straight to you, Johnny. It's like if she's like so perfect, how could they even like make her be defeated? It's like, will it be like Snoke, or would it be Kylo be able like to defeat her?
I don't know. Do you tell her that Trump is president of the planet she was born on and she just loses her shit? And then Luke just bitch slaps her out of the universe? Because, first of all, with Andy, I agree. Like, I agree on the point that he was making there about the hero's journey. And on Rey, like, for me, she has no flaws. The only flaw that she has, which really isn't a flaw, is she didn't know how much of a beast she is. That's it. Like, that's not even a flaw. It's like everything else, she's pretty much flawless. I said that at the end of the Force movie, like they really, because they made Rey so strong, they made Kylo look so weak. It was like, that's one of the parts why people don't like Kylo and give him shit. Because like Rey is actually cause of that as well, because of how much they pushed her. Like, as Andy pointed out, she was like, Kylo was trained as a Jedi, he turned Sith, so he has the best of both worlds. He's like, and lightsaber, he was in a lightsaber fight, and she just magically was like, whoa, naturally flowing, and it made him look so weak. If you wanted to win that scene, I always say it, what you could have done is having Kylo kill Han, and then having Rey like get beaten by Kylo, but then they fly on the ship, and then Rey jumps on the ship and they escape, and she's tired going, he's strong. Do you know what I mean? That's how you end that movie without making Ren look like a bitch and Rey too strong. They've just smashed that into oblivion, and she's unbeatable. I wouldn't be surprised if Chuck Norris walks in at the end of the movie and says, I'm your dad, Rey. Like, I wouldn't fucking surprise me at this stage.
But it's been done in the previous Star Wars films, though. It was just like when Maul faced like Qui Gon and Obi. It was like Obi clearly didn't seem to have a chance until he comes out of nowhere and he freaking kills Maul. Or even in the second film where we see Anakin face Count Dooku. Anakin was supposed to be like the freaking chosen one. I already thought watching him the first time ever, I thought Anakin was gonna freaking kill Count Dooku, but he didn't. So who knows? It's like with these Force battles, it's just we don't know like what's the direction of the writing is going. It's like even if Kylo appeared to be weak in that film, it's like who knows what the next film he can even be stronger. But like you said, Johnny, like they really just overpowered Rey at that fight. We don't know why. Maybe she was supposed to be even like stronger. than Kylo from Jumpstart. We see in this film now, she has this power that makes even like freaking Luke scared. So it's like we don't even know like how powerful she is. So it would make sense now. So if in this film they explain that even she's even powerful than Kylo from Jumpstart, it would make sense of why she overpowered Kylo in the first film. It's like, I'm serious, like by this film's end is gonna make so great. It's gonna explain all the stuff that people possibly hated about Force Awakens.
I got a theory that I just came up with right now. What if like the Force if constantly flows into you, right? And the later you learn how to use it, the more powerful you end up being. Because all the most powerful people that we know of are like Luke, Rey, like late Anakin, late Force users. Like, what if it's like a pool or like a balloon and like the Force is constantly flowing in? The later you learn how to develop it, like the bigger your container of Force power is. You know what I mean? It's a crazy theory, but most of the people that we see that are super strong learned about the Force later.
Interesting, man. That is interesting. Mace Windu doesn't fucking contain shit. He just lives in the fast lane, if that's the case.
Yes, so any last thoughts about those scenes before we continue?
Pretty much nailed it, man. Pretty much nailed it, to be honest.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
So, camera trick or not, was that truly Kylo like reaching out to Rey, or those are two completely different scenes? My money is two completely different scenes. They're just trolling us, just like how they made us think that Finn was the Jedi in the last film.
Go for it, Andrew. I'll go last on this, Dizzy.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's two completely different scenes. I like to look at the lighting. The lighting's similar, but it's not the same. Like, and I think I saw someone point out that like it was echoey. You can hear the echo of her voice. But where Kylo's standing, there is fire and stuff falling down from the sky, so there shouldn't be any echo. So that leads me to believe that it's two completely different scenes. And I think she's actually talking to Luke there. And because he has his little cave, so that would explain the echo as well.
Didn't catch on from the echo thing, but for me, it's like, yeah, it's like, even though it would kind of look from the debris and stuff from Kylo's like capture and then look at Rey, it does seem like it was like a fire or whatever type lighting though, but it could just be from any type of lighting. You know, if there was actually debris from behind Rey when she was talking, maybe I would say it's the same scene, but no, they just simply just want us to think one way, and just by viewing this damn trailer and make us think like, yeah, this is going to happen, but it's going to be like possibly two different scenes. But if it is, then you know what? They trolled us this time, but till then, nope. But what do you say, Johnny?
Yeah, I completely agree. I did not notice the echo or the lighting in the room. Sure, I thought Snoke was saying roar instead of raw, for God's sake, and so that puts me in my place. But honestly, what I the conclusion I came to is, I think, yeah, I'd agree with, that's her talking to Luke, because they're going to be sharing a lot of screen time before the finale fight. So I think that's Ray, that's not Ray, that's Kylo Ren reaching out to Snoke, you know, for the fully, he's ready. After he kills Leia in that ship, that's probably an end scene of him reaching out to be fully turned now to the yellow eyes, pale skin for the third movie. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Could be. To BBM's point, if he's capturing his mom, could be her. Could have blasted open the officer's deck, and you know, he's just reaching out to his mom like, come on, come with me, so my master can absorb all your force power.
Damn, that makes logical sense there. I didn't even think of that one. That could be it. Because at first when I was looking at it, I was like, that could be just a flashback of, you know, Kylo just betraying, you know, Luke and everything, destruction. He's like having his hand out towards Snoke or something. But then I was like, wait a minute, I see the scar on the face. So that theory is scrapped. But that could be it. Like him just destroying and about to like capture his mom and just reaching out his hand. But if he does killing her, that still could just be like another fake out, just like what he did with his father, and be like, "Oh, help me, Dad." And then he can just be, "Oh, help me, Mom," and then bam, just end up killing her. But that's still like a very low percentage of me thinking that they're probably gonna kill her in this film, and I ain't probably gonna do anything else because like after her death, like I don't know if it was just to throw us off whether she lives or dies, but then they were like gathering around and discussing like the future of like Leia's character in the damn series. So it's like, I don't know. And already we hear that they're not even going to like, all the scenes that they've done with Carrie Fisher have not been cut out or anything. It's like wherever they filmed is what's going to be in the film with her. So I don't know.
Can I touch on that for a second? If I go with that, I'm like, well, you can never be 100% until it's like shown or wrote down properly. Is I'm 90% that's him like killing Leia, so I do not think she will survive. But if I go with that, like it is a good outlook there by Andy. If I just go with that for a minute, and that scene does happen like that, like doesn't that show how much of a bitch Kylo Ren is? Let me finish, yeah. Do you remember the last time that when the fully turned dark side? Do you remember Darth Vader, yeah, in Rogue? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you remember when he busted out on the ship, all the red alarms, and he's fully turned to the dark side, killing shit? When Kylo Ren then is in that similar position on the ship, going around all red lights, he's reaching his hand out to his mother with love. What a bitch! What a bitch! Like, come on, like compare that to Darth Vader. Then, if that scene happens, compare that to Darth Vader.
No, it makes sense though. It makes sense. Like you're just freaking mocking her, like it's over. I just destroyed everything. Now you would come over. It's you simply just mocking with a smirk.
I don't want to be bad.
Are you kidding? Have you even seen Star Wars, Johnny? The most iconic scene is Darth Vader, "Join me, Luke," with his hand out. Like, and we rule the galaxy as father and son because we're family and I don't want to kill you.
In your opinion, that's the most iconic scene. That's in your opinion, not for me. In your opinion, that's not for me. The reveal of Darth Vader being his dad is an iconic scene, definitely. But opinions, Andy. Fuck
but he
that.
don't kill him.
The most iconic scene of Star Wars alone. No. The iconic scene of Star Wars alone was when Jar Jar entered the scene. Because then ever since that, no one will ever stop talking about Jar Jar Binks.
True.
He is the one true Azor Ahai.
Qui Gon grabbing his tongue, him get like electrocuting his face. So much greatness in Jar Jar.
Let's be honest though, the most iconic shit in Star Wars is the Revan reveal in the Knights of the Old Republic. That's the most iconic.
But yeah, so far, like, answered the question from San is like, will Leia die? We were just talking about that. And how many pork Funko Pops are out there? Last time I checked, there was about, 6? They're probably going to make more. It's, again, as a product placement. Just that scene alone, where if you saw the pork, it was like everyone was going gaga eyes over that thing. It was like, didn't we have, we should call it those Ewoks? Now everyone's like, Ewoks what? So, But hopefully they're gonna have like some importance or something in this damn film, though, because already we found out that they're like what, native to the planet that Luke is hanging out. So besides that, it's like, what else? Are they force sensitive? Could they carry a lightsaber? Well, if they can carry a lightsaber, I can carry a lightsaber. Andy, you're sensing like not everyone can pick one up. It's like it's going out the window, man.
Does that make them leprechauns? Because that, like, where Luke is, the planet Luke is on is filmed over in Skellogs here in Ireland. So are they like the Star Wars universe version of leprechauns, if that's what inhabits that place?
It makes sense. We're parallel in that. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're the leprechaun. BBM's Rey.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's fun. I think the funniest part about that is BBM being the most powerful dude in the universe.
Exactly. My brokenness is just a mask clouding all of you Jedis. Oh, makes sense. It makes perfect sense.
Emperor Brokatine. I like that.
Yeah, I think those are like all the questions we got there so far.
Can I throw one out to you? Sorry, BBM. No, go after me. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying those are like the questions I see so far in the damn chat. You know, if you guys have anything to say.
I see Mira. Mira has a question there. But I'll go after Mira, actually. Manners, man. Chat comes first. Did anyone else hear Mark Hummel say Leia survives? What?
Nah, I didn't hear that one. I didn't hear that. Well, if he says it, then I'm probably not going to believe it. I don't know if he's trolling, but it's like that one, it would be like why would he like announce that she survives? You know? It's like, I don't know if they're trying to mess with us, or is it just to please the carry fans and whatnot, or I don't know. It's like that alone, it's like information that they shouldn't let out. Be let out by mistake. That's my opinion on it.
Depends. Did he say it in Mark Hamill voice or Joker voice? Really depends on the tone.
True. Or the trickster voice. I don't know. The real question is like, where you heard the information from? So if there's like a video, let us know and where to find it.
She got it from Batman Arkham Asylum and mixed it up. That's what I'm thinking.
I found an article about it from Video Game Culture Headquarters.
No, sounds legit. Sounds legit.
There's nothing to say that. Heard from a guy from another guy's sister who said what, Andy?
That Leia survives the Last Jedi. That's what it says.
Damn, you just let out that type of spoiler? Shit. So if that's real, Johnny?
I can't hear you.
Guess I was right.
Bad internet.
The only thing I'm saying is after watching that film, I'm going to be recording myself immediately after Kylo's badassery and Leia surviving and be like, so Johnny.
Sorry.
She lives, Kylo Ren's a boss, end of story. But you were going to pose a question though.
It's yeah, I have two, but like I'll go with this one first. Is someone said in the chat there about turning Rey to the dark side. Like first you'd have to think like how could you do that? I think that would be a hell of a lot more interesting. To have her switch to the dark side, that would pull the rug. That would be like unexpected as fuck. How would you do it? I was, after I seen that wrote in the chat, I was thinking about it, going, how could that be done at this stage? And I had just a crazy idea. It's like, what if all these camera tricks in the trailer and say Kylo Ren has a choice and it's either blow up the Millennium Falcon that's a threat to the Empire, or, you know, to a Sith Lord, go to a Sith Lord, Snoke the Scrotum King, and blow up his mother Leia. And what if he has a choice? and then he chooses to shoot at, you know, Rey's ship instead, and then Rey kind of uses a force deflection, and the beam bounces off and blows up Leia's ship. Like, could that be one way that you could turn Rey to the dark side and right? Because then she's like, bollocks, I killed Princess Leia. Fuck. I'm just trying to think off the head. How could you turn her to the dark side? Like,
of starters, if they turn Rey to the dark side, I'll be shocked. I would not see that coming, and it's actually something that's different that we haven't like truly seen before yet in the films. So because, well, I shouldn't say that. Well, Anakin turning dark side, but even then, it's like a whole other thing. Because in the end, I think he truly had to like turn dark side just so he can like fulfill the prophecy, whatever. Because I think the prophecy was like what, written in red. But still, it's like even though if she did it by accident, I don't think that would like immerse her into the dark side as much. No, I don't know. If she knows by accident what she really meant to do. That's my opinion on it.
True.
But if her turn to dark side, it has to be like what Snoke is like doing in the trailer to her. What do you
Well, we know that like family brings up emotions, and they're making a point to not say who her family is. So my whole thing, I don't think they'll should go to the dark side because Luke isn't going to be as strict with the Jedi code, which is what tends to push people to the dark side. Like, I can't be a Jedi anymore because I feel these emotions. So I guess I can only be a Sith, right? Or go to the dark side. But Luke learned about the Jedi from Yoda and Obi-Wan, who already saw how they already started to change it. Like, because Qui Gon taught Obi-Wan from like, well, he's the one that taught him to be a Force ghost, but from beyond, like, hey, this is how it needs to be. You can't keep doing this. This is what's going to happen, whatever. So we even saw in A New Hope that really Obi-Wan didn't tell Luke like all about the Jedi code. He wasn't like, hey, you're not allowed to have any emotions, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. He kind of gave like a simple overview that wasn't nearly as strict, because I think they realize now, hey, we can't do this or it's just going to keep pushing people to the dark side. So without that, I don't know that if Rey feels emotions, that she would even be forced to go to the dark side. So she'll probably gravitate towards the middle. Like, I think Kylo and her are going to gravitate towards the middle and destroy the Sith and the Jedi together. Like, because they're both extremists.
True. It's like, makes sense though. It's like, hopefully when Luke does train Rey, it's not like the ways of the damn Jedi. Because we keep on seeing in this trailer and the one in the teaser trailer, like these the cameras point out to these books. So I'm guessing again, like this is supposed to be like the original, like, you know, Jedi Temple. I'm guessing he's gonna be teaching Rey like the actual like true like teachings of the Jedi, or something entirely different that he just like came up himself. Because like last trailer, I keep on saying like this is like the end of the Jedi, so he's trying to like make her go somewhere else with this training and whatnot. But like, so in a live chat where like Sam talks about if Luke doesn't train Rey properly, he refuses in some way and she seeks someone else. Don't think it will happen, but it would be much more interesting than just more of the same. Yeah. So it's like, what happens if like Rey just like leaves Luke and just like goes to Snoke and like, you know what, continue my training, and that would, you know, transition to like that torture scene, whatever that we're seeing. And maybe it's not just torture. Maybe Snoke is trying to like awaken even like or dark side or even something even greater, because that's what he kind of did with Kylo. But even then, it's like, what's this power that he's referring to?
To be fair, Rey doesn't really need that much training. Like, if you're training her on being a Jedi, you're more teaching her about the code. That's the weird thing about the Jedi. Like, if the Force awakens in somebody and they decide not to be a Jedi, what do? Like, you kill them? No. How's that okay? Like, you can't do that, right?
You get exiled, don't you? Like, from all the teachings.
Yeah, but if you already learned, like, she can already mind trick people without any of the teaching. It's not like the teachings benefit her in any way.
True. I agree with you.
It just gives her more rules, like more barriers. So she doesn't need a master in that respect. Like she could learn. Like she just heard tales of like Jedi can do this. Now let me figure out how to do this. That's what she did with the mind trick.
It does fit with Snoke's point, doesn't it? Then you have untapped power. Sorry, baby, she has raw untapped power because maybe it's constricted with Luke's teachings. So that's where that saying comes from.
Yeah, so if she does have this power, she does need the training. Maybe that'll be something that Luke brings up. Just like how, like, in what was it? Return of the Jedi, probably gonna have that like scene or something when he's like, "Oh, I need more training," and then like Yoda was like, "There's no more need for the training, just go." So he's probably gonna have like that same type deal, but then him ending up saying like it's not gonna end the way you want it to end.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Even then, it's like either that or he's not gonna be again like he's not gonna train her in the Jedi ways. But if he's gonna train her, it has to be something that's totally different. That's not even the ways of the Jedi. Period.
The Jedi are a religious cult. So what if he has this ancient Jedi text? Presumably he found it, and the Jedi didn't even have that before him, right? Or Yoda would have took that, or someone like Obi-Wan would have took it if they had it before. They would have made sure that stayed safe. So Luke found that book. What if, like, just over time, the Jedi were like, oh, we noticed this guy went to the dark side, and so did this guy. Now, what do they have in common? Let's outlaw that shit. And then they just gradually did that. And that's how, like, all the rules came about. It's just because they saw things in common with people. And really, they're weakening themselves because they're becoming so strict. And Luke has this ancient teaching of, like, oh, there weren't all these rules. It was just about this. This is what we're supposed to do. And maybe that's what that book's about.
Yeah, it's a good point, man. Trial and error. Through trial and error, that's why the books were passed down and wrote. Like, I'd agree with that. Or maybe Luke sees it as a religious establishment and he's like, you know what, let's get rid of all this shit because for good or bad, as stated earlier in the chat, this is ridiculous, you know what I mean? Let people be free with their own shit.
So I remember we were talking about this earlier, like in the other streams, Johnny. It's like if he found like the actual text of the ways of the Jedi, how it's supposed to be. It's like whoever was like what Yoda and Obi-Wan and all these other people like were like practicing and stuff. That's probably just a copy of a copy of a copy, or just stuff that was like reworded in their way. So he's like, no, the Jedi that you know, Rey, yeah, that's like kind of like false teachings or whatever. If you need to know like the true Jedi way, I'm gonna start teaching you that. It's probably gonna end up that way.
That's a good point. Like, because if you think about it from the outside looking in, like the Jedi look good on paper because we see them fighting with bright colors against red, black, you know, real dark that you'd put to like the bad side of shit. So that'd be like influxed on our mind that, oh, this is good, evil. But if you think about it, like if you make it to the Jedi Academy, like it's like Scientology to a degree. You're indoctrinated. You can't fall in love. You have to be around at this time. You have to learn this. They're forcing you to be everybody but yourself. It's an absolute indoctrination. So is that really good? Like, I don't think so.
Like I said earlier, they're both sides are extremists. Like, yeah, that's why I'm all about the gray Jedi. Like, why do you have to be one side or the other? Like, that doesn't make sense.
The Force doesn't pick a side. The Force is just the Force. Qui-Gon knew this. That's why he was a boss.
I mean, we talked about...
Yeah, I guess you could say you can't force me to do that. That's what they should have said, no? That's my shit line of the day, y'all. I'm here all week. Try the veal.
Oh, we get like... I understand... We think Obi-Wan's like super awesome. He's like the first Force ghost. But how about Qui-Gon learning about like becoming a Force ghost? He doesn't get to be like a full-fledged Force ghost, But he's the one that like teaches Obi-Wan about it from nothing. Like he just learned it from nothing. So Qui-Gon, we have to give him credit as far as power for that, like ability as a Jedi. His open-mindedness like made him better than most of the Jedi.
I agree. My daddy is amazing, and the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, mate.
Yeah, I don't know there. I don't know. I don't know if your father would appreciate you following a guy who burns people, kills his brother.
Yeah. I'm a great
Jedi.
Burn his... I'm a great Jedi, mate. I'm a great Jedi. Exactly. It's a true way, you know what I'm saying?
The anti-hero, like that's what the Grey Jedi are. I mean, they do the right thing.
The Punisher of the Marvel realm, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, or Deadpool with less sarcasm, I guess. But no, the Grey Jedi is the way to go. Like, do the right thing in each situation. I just don't like the full-on indoctrination. Like they find these kids and then they're basically like slaves for ever. They can't. You kidnap these kids. They're no different than stormtroopers in that way. Just like the same thing that happened to Finn is the same thing that happened to all the little Jedi kids. They're just indoctrinated to do that. And if you look at it from like the other side, like Finn is drawn to the light side against his indoctrination, and people, Sith, like are the opposite. They go to the dark side. Like they fight their indoctrination. We just like to look at what Finn did as a positive and what the Sith do as a negative.
Yeah, two sides of the same.
I'm still like traumatized over Andy. Was like they basically just had slaves. The Jedis were kind of like slaves. Like interesting outlook on that, Andy.
To a degree, yeah, because you're like, this one has a force. Let's scout them out now to get them on their side so we can indoctrinate them to fight for us if a war ever comes. We'll have these magical motherfuckers and they'll be indoctrinated by air rule. It's a good plan, like for an army tactician. Stannis approves.
And he brings up Stannis right back into this. Stannis wouldn't survive that long in Star Wars verse. You know this. He will die. Just like Mace.
He would rule the Empire with peace, and love, and prosperity, and fairness. Finn would get a choice. You know what I mean? Burned or an arrow to the heart, with Jon Snow leading him. Be beautiful.
But yeah, I think we can like finish this Last Jedi trailer 1 breakdown discussion. Any last thoughts before we all bounce, y'all? Andy, Johnny?
I got one. That's the last question of it. Is all this about Luke dying and shit? BBM, we spoke about this a few days ago. Like, how stupid is it if Luke dies? Are you kidding me? Because in the comics, the books, the lore, and I know Disney, like, they've taken some canon and had some fun with it, whatever they want. But Luke, you don't mess around with Luke. He's like one of the main staples of this whole franchise. And people think because he looks old and frail, he's weaker. It's like, if you actually know Luke, it's the older he gets, actually the stronger he gets. Do you know what I'm saying? He took on one of the like makers of the Force to a degree where they're invisible, taking over planets. He took on that like in an older age. You know what I mean? He's actually stronger the older he gets. So for people to just chalk him off because of how he looks, I mean, that's just ridiculous. He's the strongest one in there. Like, depending how they write Rey, she still can't touch Luke. She can't hold a candle to him. Like that, like, do you think they're just chalking that out of it? That's my question. Or will he come back and be the final savior? That's what I think.
Well, if they just really want to just end up killing Luke, will I be pissed off? No, because even like how Andy brought up earlier, you know, hero's journey, guy gotta die. So if he ends up dying, I'm okay with it. But will that be like truly cutting out Luke? No, because he can always return as a Force ghost. You know, so I wouldn't be upset with that. you know. But if he doesn't die and he comes back in a blaze of glory, it just ends up with Luke saving the day. In a sense, we already saw that happening. And if they want to do something brand new and just have Luke end up dying or somehow like cut out Luke from it and just end up coming back to the Force Ghost, I'll be okay with it. It's like they're trying to like hand it over to this new generation here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to end up doing it. So if they do end up killing Luke, kill him. Just make sure that this next generation, like with Rey and Kylo and Finn and Poe, make it excellent. Don't make it a waste. Like, damn, we should have just kept him alive. That's my final say on it. What do you think, Andy?
I think Luke is gonna die, because I'm pretty sure when we heard that he was gonna be back, this was like a year or two ago. I heard that he said he would come back if he wasn't like the main character of the story, like that the story wasn't all about him. Pretty sure I heard that, so maybe not. We know how my memory is, but it can't be about Luke to me. Like you said, we already saw that, and Luke coming in and saving the day would just, I don't know, that would be like kind of a misfire in my opinion. Like, yeah, we get it. Like, he's super powerful. But on that point, like about how powerful he is, how was Kylo able to escape Luke, like, and destroy everything under his nose? If he beats Kylo, if Kylo beats Luke in a lightsaber battle, I give up, because Rey beat Kylo in a lightsaber battle. So I will stop watching Star Wars if we see Kylo beat Luke Skywalker in a lightsaber battle. I don't know how I got to this point, but something Johnny said made me think of it. So,
no, it's good points there, Andy. It's like, I think all that destruction with that Jedi Academy, whatever happened when Luke was out getting groceries and all of a sudden he sent something, then he like rushes back, sees that it was like his freaking his nephew that did it. So it's like, will you cut down your nephew for doing all that stuff? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe he still sees like a chance of hope in him that he didn't end up cutting him down and he just like left or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, he just vanished from that. So that's my take on it. He was not able to like kill his nephew. That's how I look at it.
I think Kylo left his Linkin Park CD on really loud and then probably snuck out at night. So Luke thought Kylo's just being a little emo twat. I'll let him sleep, and all Luke could hear is, "I've become so numb." As Kylo fucked off and found a jet and then found Snoke and was like, "I really want to be evil." And then Snoke was like, "Sort that voice out first. And then we're going to get you a pretty cool scar off a feminist chick who's unbeatable. And then Luke's going to come around and save the day. That's your ploy for the rest of your life, mate." And that's it. And apparently Snoke can see into the future. That's it. That's my opinion. But realistically, yeah, I don't see Luke dying. I respect where both y'all are coming from, totally. From a writing perspective and logic, yeah. But I still don't see Luke dying. He's too OP. You could still have Luke as the OP dude and continue the franchise. You know, bring in Ahsoka as an older lady or some shit, and then like rebirth the whole thing. Because once you had Luke, Leia, and Han in this series, it's about them to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You've made it about them.
I don't know what she made the rice with. I don't know what she made the rice with.
BBM is talking.
Okay, I just realized I didn't mute myself, people.
Darth Vader is over there, yeah. But you know what I'm saying to the chat as well, and Andy? It's like, you've not really made this a rebirth because you still have these characters in. Even Chewie was in the last trailer, so it's not a full rebirth. You still have these in. So that's why I think Luke should just come and be Billy Big Balls again and then do a rebirth properly. You've already brought these in, like.
I can't argue with that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I think they're gonna do kind of an Empire Strikes Back kind of thing. It's gonna kind of stick similar to it, but diverge in certain areas. So, but I still think that Luke's gonna die. Like, Luke has to die. Right? The important thing, there's a reason why the hero's journey exists, because it works. It's a story that people like to see. It's a story of growth. If the mentor is doing the journey with the hero, it's not as interesting because you have this overpowered person. That's why Gandalf doesn't hang out with Frodo, right? Because Gandalf could just do the quest by himself. It doesn't matter. He doesn't need Frodo. It's the hero's journey. So it could be something like that, to where Luke doesn't necessarily die, but he can't participate in this for some reason. So that's the other option, I think. That you'd have to take him out of the game in some way, or else it's just another story about him. And they're not going to build up Rey's story just to give it over to Luke.
Fair point, man. A fair point.
Now, back to what I was saying, not about the rice though, but we do see, like, in the trailer, like, Luke gets out of, like, some debris. So maybe during, like, Kylo's, like, rebelling, whatever, maybe he thought that he, like, blew up the Jedi Temple or whatever academy with Luke inside, and maybe thought he killed him. Maybe they never just had a fight to begin with. Like, if they're gonna make, like, Luke to be defeated by, like, Kylo, that's gonna be, like, bullshit. Like, I can't even see that. Even, like, I'm a fan of Kylo, I don't see Kylo defeating Luke at all. So maybe it's something like that.
It can go either way. Like, as I said, I still think Luke is surviving this, and he will come in near the end. But the angles that you and Andy's coming at, I can see it. It's like, from a story perspective, to build up others, I can see that. Yeah, it's just, as I said to Andy a few minutes ago, it's like, why? It's not a rebirth, because you've brought in Han Solo, and that movie, like, Han Solo's already a big part of Kylo Ren's turn. The second movie looks like Leia's going to be a part of Kylo Ren's turn. Chewbacca is on the ship flying the Millennium Falcon with the new gen. You know what I mean? Luke has been introduced now for the second movie as a big show. It's a continuation of them characters. These other characters are just getting more screen time, so you know them. So that's my outlook on it.
As long as it doesn't touch your precious Mace Windu, we're good to go.
He is not Snoke. I will fucking flip roofs if he ends up with Snoke.
What if he? I doubt it too. I doubt it. It was a good tinfoil while it lasted, but he's no Snoke though. Yeah, but it would be crazy. I forgot I was supposed to mention this earlier, but probably slipped my mind. But it's like, imagine if, if they do, like, reveal who the parents are for Rey. Imagine if it actually is Sidious is her father, and it'll actually make a tie-in on, like, why Snoke wants her, and then there's, like, untapped power that she possibly possesses is, like, a Snoke child. But that's if it goes on that tinfoil. If that's actually true.
Did you just say a Snoke
child?
End the stream. A Snoke child. End the stream. I have nothing to do.
No, Palpatine. No, Palpatine's child, not Snoke. Excuse me if I messed it up. But yeah, Palpatine's child. But it could be too. I don't know. That's a little bit out. That's going straight to tinfoil. But yeah, it could be Palpatine's child. But that's what they didn't talk about. It's like, will they even, like, actually reveal who the parents are? It's like, Maz Kanata, she, like, said in the last film, it's like, it doesn't matter about your damn parents. But then in that interview, Rey said, like, yeah, if you've seen the film, you should see, like, who the freaking parent is. But it's like, I don't know.
To go with BBM's amazing theory there, if Snoke and Maul had a baby, like, would it be called Smoke? I'm here all week. Try the veal.
Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that. I think Andy wants to touch upon that, but he's like, yeah, I got direct. Maybe if you tune into his, like, gameplay, he might talk about it. I don't know. Oh.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't just, like, take a word and one letter from the other word and put it in the middle and make that the name.
You can. I checked it out on www.legionsvideogames.com. Legitvideogames.com told me, Andy. It's legit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, money, man.
But yeah, this is gonna be like the end of the stream, y'all. Andy, where we can find
you can find me at What Door. I just mostly do video games when I feel like it. Eventually, I'll be able to stream Wii games, but for some reason, it's not working right now. And I'll talk shit to you. I do everything live, so if you want to come on and talk shit to me, that's fine. Make fun of my gameplay. Go for it. That's what Johnny tries to do, but I've seen him play games as well. So, and he's yet to beat me at most games.
I'm a beast.
Oh, that's just straight up savagery. But yeah, in the description box, I'll be putting their links to their channels in here. Like, but then again, it's like if you haven't been subscribed to Johnny, you're here. I think like almost everyone's subscribed to Johnny, though. But if not, where could we find you, Johnny?
You can find me over on Johnny Join Spain. I was about to say .com. That's how out of touch with live streaming I am. It's horrible having your channel banned from live streaming because you say stupid shit like that. But yeah, salute to everyone in the chat, man. Always a laugh, always fun. You come up with some new theories, and it's awesome. And cheers for having us on, BBM. To answer short, did I think the trailer was good? I thought it was great. CGI looks great. Everybody looks in place. I just thought it gave away too much. That's my final thought. And last but not least, if you mix Andy with Ashoka, do you get Sandy or Shandy? One love, y'all.
He's going to be doing this all week, folks, all week. Just mixing up people's names together. I don't know who's going to be next. So do check out Johnny. His link will be in the description box as well. I am Broke Black Man 94, and I am signing off.